This is Oliver Slope with Blue Line Futures coming to you from the floor of the CME here in Chicago with your livestock roundup. We're seeing cattle get a little bit of a bid here. There's some fundamental catalysts behind this, but I think a lot of this is more technical than anything. For that April live cattle contract, we tested and held trend line support from the November lows. That came in right around 127, give or take. We're able to kind of find some buyers off of that level, now pressing up against the top end of the recent range. 127.80 was previous contract highs. If we can break and close above here, wouldn't be surprised to see an extension towards contract highs, putting us closer towards 129.50 going into next week's trade. With that said, a lot of this kind of pending on what the cash trade comes out as. We're looking for 125 to be steady, possibly a slightly firmer cash trade also than last week. Now, on the feeder cattle side of things, same type of deal. We've been trading in a range for the last 3 months, give or take, basically 142 to 145. We got towards the low end of the range here in the early morning trade, about 142.50 or 142.60. It's a buying opportunity. Now we're working back up towards the top end of the range where you want to really reduce that long exposure and maybe look to the short side if we get closer to 145. So we're going to continue to play the trend in that feeder cattle contract until we see a reason to get a breakout or a breakdown. Now wrapping things up with the lean hog market, lean hogs potentially a double bottom here on Monday. 57.80 was basically tested on Monday. We held, saw a little bit of a bounce, but now we're seeing some gaps higher and lower since then. The market really trying to find its way. I wouldn't be surprised to see this market work a little bit higher, but we need to see a close out above 60 to wrap up the week. If we can do this, wouldn't be surprised to see a round of short covering into next week's trade. So that's what we're looking at. That's what you should be looking at too. This has been Oliver Slope with Blue Line Futures from the floor of the CME.